Welcome back to the garage. Today we're going to talk about finding your photographic style and if that really even matters, and if I even have one, and if it's something that you should even worry about. So today we're going to answer all those questions and more. But first, my name is Adam. This is my YouTube channel, Adam Has a Camera, where I make videos of me walking around taking photos and talking about photography for 20 people to watch. Now, to address the elephant in the room with my newfound success on YouTube, I've decided to finally get the nose job I've been wanting my entire life. Or I had a minor surgery to remove a tumor that was non-cancerous that was on my nose. You decide which one you'd like to believe. So let's get into photography style. Yeah, I don't fucking know. I suck at these intros. So I figured we should start this video with defining what a photographic style is. And for that, we will go to Father Google and see what he has to say on how to define your photographic style. So directly from the man himself. Defining a photographic style means establishing a consistent visual signature, a combination of subject matter, lighting, color palette, and editing that makes your work instantly recognizable. It is developed by making intentional repeated choices in composition and post-processing, often described as using 3 to 4 specific adjectives. Examples: dark, moody, cinematic, light and airy, or neutral. So let's jump into some of those things first. To me, having a style isn't something that you just strive for. And I think that's part of the misconception that people that are just getting into photography think, is that I have to have my style and I have to latch on to these trends and these different things in order for my work to get noticed. Now, first thing, getting your work noticed when you first start isn't what you should be striving for. It's my personal opinion that you should be striving to shoot more and get really comfortable with the camera and enjoy the time of photography where shooting's just fun and you're obsessive about everything and you're researching things and you're trying things and you're trying new ways of shooting and maybe new cameras and maybe film and maybe a little bit of digital and maybe a lot of digital and a little bit of film, maybe no film because we're poor. But this time when you first start shooting is such a magical time and it's such a experience that you'll never get to live again. You always remember your first camera and your first photo that made you go, oh, this is what I want to be doing. I want to keep chasing that feeling, chasing the dragon. Like it's a drug. It can feel that way sometimes. So I think worrying about style, it's the same as worrying about gear. You're not there yet. So chill out and have some fun and just shoot for the sake of shooting. Now, some of the things in that definition I think are valuable. And I think we're going to get to some of those more towards the end. But first, let's address the things in that irritate me. I think basing your style on a color palette or a trendy way of editing your photos is horrible, horrible advice from Father Google. I think editing style, while it can play into your style a little bit, basing your style on that is weak, in my opinion. Your photos should be instantly recognizable based on a multitude of things and a multitude of decisions that you've made before you press that shutter button, and what you do in Lightroom or Photoshop or wherever else you edit your photos, MS Paint. After you put that memory card in the computer, it's too late at that point, in my opinion. So for one, following these trends of editing light and airy, dark and moody, film-like, cinematic, all these things, do that if you want, I guess. Like, if that's the way you want to edit your photos because that's what you enjoy, by all means, do that. Just don't call that your style, because it to me, it's one piece of the puzzle. Furthermore, I think that, I don't know, I kind of forgot the definition already. So to jump further into Father Google's definition, here's key components to define your style: subject matter, what you choose to photograph consistently. Examples: urban decay, intimate portraits, candid street scenes. Lighting, your preference of natural light, harsh light, artificial light. Color palette and tones, whether your images are vibrant, saturated, muted, warm, cool, or black and white. Now, here is where I'm going to agree. I think all those things combined into one package: what you like to shoot, the time that you like to shoot it, whether you're inside or outside, whether you're shooting, sports or real estate or weddings or street photography or all these different styles of of photography. It's funny to use the word styles when you're trying to define your style, but so I'm sure I'm rambling a lot. I don't feel super prepared to really talk about this subject. I think mostly because I'm not an expert in this. I don't think that I have fully captured my photographic style. Now, I've really only started shooting for myself a lot outside of work in the last like 6 months. I kind of went through like a 3 or 4 year hiatus of not loving photography outside of work. And so I think I'm older now and more mature now, and I've shot a lot more now because I've been, shooting at work every day, that I don't think I've quite grasped what defines me as a photographer right now. Everything I shot in the past in my life was so dependent. It was almost like more utilitarian. I don't know how to explain it, but like back in the early 2000s when you shot BMX bikes, like you were so focused on like getting the trick that the person was doing. There wasn't as much like lifestyle behind the scenes kind of work and shooting as there is now. So it wasn't, for me at least, as much of a creative exercise as it would be now if I were to shoot that. And I think everything I did up until now, and even what I do at work, is so driven by the subject matter and is so driven by capturing something happening, that I don't think outside of that I have much of a style. I'm still bouncing around with things. I'm still trying out new things, and I'm trying really hard to not like nail myself down, even with like making these videos as like the guy that comes on YouTube and complains about the photography industry. Like I don't want to be defined by a type of shooting at the moment. I just want to go shoot and have fun, and whatever I see that piques my interest, I want to shoot that. And that's advice I would give to anyone who feels like they're struggling with this, who feels a little lost maybe in having, a specific look. When you're shooting, you're not always trying to build your body of work. If you happen to shoot something that fits into like your body of work that's going to define you, that's great. But I think sometimes we're out shooting just for the exercise and for the reps and for the fun of it. And if you're always constantly worried about curating a specific look rather than capturing the scene that's in front of you, you're going to miss shots. You're going to not take photos that maybe you should have, that maybe you would have liked down the road. I don't know. This is a long-winded way of saying I think we worry about things a little too much right now in everything in life, and maybe we should just start doing things again that we like just for the fun of doing it. Next point. I kind of think it's easier for other people to tell you what your style is than it is for you to come up with it on your own. That suffering artist mentality, maybe you're just really bad at like positive self-talk like I am, and you have a hard time feeling like anything you do is good, let alone good enough to like curate it, if that makes sense. I've had people at work when we had multiple photographers on staff like tell me they can tell which photos I take, and it's not based off of a color thing. It's based off of the angles that I choose to shoot, the way I choose to expose things, the way I capture moments. I think each person that I've worked with throughout the years, we've all done that a little differently, and you can tell. And I think that's what defines a style. If you could have one person edit your photo, someone else's photo, and someone else's photo, all with the same colors. Copy and paste. Pick your favorite Lightroom preset, paste it on there, and you could tell who shot each one. Then you're developing a style. So I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, take what I'm saying with a little bit of a grain of salt. I'm not claiming to be an expert in any of this, and I'm not there myself, to be honest. And I think the point of me making this video is a little bit more of maybe to just like start a conversation. So I got one more point to make. If you made it this far, thank you. I know this is a rambly one. If you take anything away from this video, take this. I think that your style is a product of a bunch of small decisions that you make, whether those decisions are subconscious decisions, whether they're decisions from the gut, heart, whether they're decisions from, educational, I've seen this before and this is how I like to do this kind of moments. Your style is defined by that. And your style is not defined by which preset you like to use, what your subject matter is to a degree. It's defined by all the little things that you've done, the lighting that you chose to shoot in, the way you chose to edit the photo, the way you chose to take the photo, the camera you decided to use. If you're shooting film, the film you decided to use, the angle you picked, the composition, all of these things wrapped up into one will define your style, and it will not be defined by whatever stupid trend is going on in the photography world at this time. So I think that should wrap it up. If I keep standing here and keep talking about this, I'm going to keep repeating myself, and you're going to click off this video anyway, and YouTube is going to say nobody likes this video, and why should we push it to anybody else? So thanks for sticking with me through this one. I hope it didn't suck too bad. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay crusty.